Hey everybody! You know, designers often like to take things and break things down. So here they did it with such a scope that our ordinary cars look like from the Stone Age. Flying, shining, and even thinking about the meaning of life. These are not a plot from science fiction, but concepts on which engineers work nights so that we one day could sigh, wow, it really exists. Well, while they're figuring out how to remove all the buttons, leaving only emotion, let's dive into this futuristic chaos together and figure out what's cooking on our horizon. Let's go! Ready for something from another reality? Lincoln Model L100 concept is not a car, but a flying saucer on wheels. No steering wheel, no pedals, just a joystick. As if you were a spaceship pilot. And the mirrors? Forget it, it's all digital cameras. Turn the screen around and you see the world in HD. And look at the doors, they do not open, but it's as if they fly upwards like the wings of a butterfly. Well, and the interior, so in general, it's like you've been teleported into the future. Beautiful, futuristic, but here's a question: can it park itself? Volvo Haven is when a car ceases to be just a means of transportation and becomes an oasis on wheels. The huge panoramic glazing doesn't just give you a view of the world around you, it blurs the boundary between you and nature. A 110 kilowatt-hour battery allows you to travel up to 400 miles. Fully autonomous driving? Yes, but with human logic. The car recognizes your mood and adjusts the lights, music, and even the position of the seats. The only downside, it's more like a mobile spa than a car, and it's a relaxing ride. Lancia Poo Plus RA0 is not going to adjust to someone's expectations. At once it strikes with unusual design, exterior without unusual headlights, sharp corners, and even without glass. Instead of the usual body, smooth lines as if a streamlined cocoon. The electric motor produces more than 300 horsepower and the chassis is made of carbon fiber. This concept provokes by its very appearance, a challenge to traditional automobile construction. The Lamborghini Fantasma has 800 horsepower and aerodynamics designed like a fighter jet. Its design is laser cut and the carbon fiber body creates the illusion that the car literally dissolves in the air at speed. However, there are no headlights. LED strips wrap around the corners of the body, creating the effect of ghostly glow. Fans of maneuverability and acceleration will not have to complain. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. But with such an engine sound, you can wake the whole neighborhood. The Mercedes F015 is the future where steering wheel and pedals are a thing of the past. Fully autonomous driving, touch panels everywhere you can touch, and the cabin is a lounge area. The seats swivel 360 degrees to create a cozy meeting room on wheels, and the electric mileage is up to 680 miles on a single charge. Sounds like a fairy tale, but there is a nuance. Parking this spaceship in the city is a real quest. The gigantic size is not for ordinary parking lots. Acura Allure looks like it came out from under the pen of a Japanese master calligrapher. Smooth lines of the body as if drawn with a brush. Inside a hybrid power plant for 350 horsepower, creating a perfect balance of power and environmental friendliness. The interior is minimalist, but with hidden high-tech technology. Heated seats? Last century. In Allure, their adaptive shapes adjust themselves to your habits and body position. Do not be surprised, but Minivision Next 100 can easily adapt to the mood of the owner, changing the color of the body and even the interior. The 200 horsepower engine is a heady engine for such a compact, especially on city streets. And how do you like the idea? The steering wheel and seats change their configuration if you decide to transfer control to the passenger. So you will have to wipe the windows more often from the prints of curious passers-by. I'd say the Renault EasyGo is literally a mix between a cab of the future and a sleep capsule. The design is minimalist with flowing lines and a panoramic roof. The electric motor and the possibility of autonomous transportation turn this car into a kind of personal shuttle for 6 people. But that's not all. The interior is equipped with coffee stands and wireless charging for gadgets. However, let me remind you, the EasyGo is a capsule on wheels, where it is comfortable only on short distances. Trust me, the Porsche Mission X is an electric monster, will tear through space at speeds that will make your heart beat to the beat of its 1,000 horsepower engine. The carbon fiber and glass body looks like the designers decided to merge supercars with space shuttles. And what about the doors that swing open like the legendary Porsche 917? Only instead of gasoline, it's green energy and 300 miles on a single charge. But look out, is it worth the risk of testing it in traffic? It's all about keeping it on the track. The legendary DeLorean Amiga 2040 name is back, but now it's not just a time machine. The Amiga is a total immersion in futurism, almost transparent body that plays with the colors of the environment. The 600 horsepower electric motor accelerates the car like a modern bolide. But where are the wings to take off? The Nissan Hyperforce concept is the samurai of electric cars. Its sharp lines are like a katana sword ready to slice through the air, and all-wheel drive and 800 horsepower say we're looking at a true track predator. Hybrid engines give full control over the car, which turns it into a game console on wheels. Gamepad instead of steering wheel. The main thing is not to get lost in this cyberpunk world of buttons and switches, but if you're up for the challenge, Hyperforce is the best way to get from point A to point B. Wow! Before you is your own personal capsule of comfort, the futuristic Cadillac Interspace Autonomous concept. This car will save you from the need to hold the steering wheel. The system itself will take you to the place while you watch a movie on a huge curved screen. Inside, silence and luxury, and outside, smooth lines, reminiscent of the interior of a luxury boutique. Hopium Hydrogen Car, a car that breathes clean. This hydrogen sedan is ready to challenge the fuel giants. A 500 horsepower powertrain and a 600-mile range on a single fill-up. And emissions? Just water vapor. The body is streamlined and the interior is understated, but packed with technology. And here's the paradox, such power and environmental friendliness. But you can't find a hydrogen refueling station. But if you manage to refuel it, you will get a real future on wheels. Do you think a car can be a true work of art? With a silver body stretched like an arrow and aerodynamics inspired by 1930s racing cars, the Vision EQ Silver Arrow is not just a car, but a tribute to Mercedes' racing tradition. The interior is also futuristic, with digital panels and even a virtual race coach. But how practical is such a car? Who cares? It is the embodiment of speed, capable of decorating any museum. The Aston Martin Lagonda Vision is a car that looks more like a 5-star hotel. Fully electric with a luxurious interior where leather and wood are juxtaposed with ultra-modern materials. The throne chairs swivel, creating an atmosphere of endless coziness. The only question is, how comfortable will this giant be on narrow streets? The Lagonda Vision is asking for the podium rather than the asphalt. Want to know what Peugeot looks like from an alternate reality? Welcome to the world of facets, sharp angles, and future technologies. This beast from the French is literally sharp as a razor, streamlined body as if chiseled by a laser, and 680 horsepower make you think, what will happen if you slightly overdo the gas pedal? And the tattoos on the body and control panels replacing the usual buttons make Inception more a work of digital art than an ordinary car. You think Pagani has already reached peak perfection? Well, it hasn't. Utopia is the quintessence of engineering daring and Italian passion. Externally, it resembles a sculpture. The chrome body and beautiful arched forms attract the eyes, and inside handmade and carbon fiber. And how do you like the motor on 864 horses, which is combined with a 6-speed manual? Such a combination can only be found in relics of the past. The Genesis Essentia is not just a concept car, but rather a colourful what-if fantasy. With an ultralight carbon fibre and glass body, a transparent roof and a 60-mile time of just 3 seconds, and the Essentia looks like it was made in Hollywood for a movie about the future. But the real trick here is the fender doors that open upward. In tight parking lots, those wings might be a problem, but for a showroom, they're perfect. If a car could be a car, it would be the Wildcat. Aggressive silhouette, long curves, and almost feline grace. Everything in this electric car says that it is ready to jump. 600 horsepower under the hood, autonomous driving system, and inside, full futurism. There is only one question. Will this Wildcat get off the ground at the first acceleration? Well, if it does, no problem. It is clearly ready to tear space and time with its wild but elegant leap. Now it's time to completely redefine what the SUV of the future is. The Audi Active Sphere first has a 60-mile acceleration in a mere 4 seconds. Then it has a rear-end transformation into an open body. Yes, the Audi Active Sphere literally changes shape to carry bicycles, snowboards, and even motorcycles. The only downside? Now you have to choose what's more important, your gear or your adventure companions, because the transformation requires space. The Rolls-Royce 103X is where the future looks like a luxury personal space plane. Elegant body lines, a spectacular silhouette, and absolutely no steering wheel. In this Rolls, it's not you who drives, but your personal artificial intelligence. Here, every millimeter is imbued with exclusivity, the roof that opens upwards like a door to another world, and the concept that makes each trip a personal symphony of comfort, and the shape of the wheels deserves special attention. Can you imagine what it's like to look at a car that changes its aerodynamics on the move? The concept IAA is a transformer among sedans. At speeds above 50 miles per hour, it extends the rear end and reduces the drag coefficient to an unrealistically low 0.19. It's not a car, it's a sound barrier breaking projectile. But did Mercedes overdo it with technology? When you need to be as loud and flashy as possible, the Dodge Charger takes the stage. Powerful as a dragon on steroids with a roaring V8 and an aggressive grille, Charger still keeps the brand of classic, not yielding even to the most daring concepts. Its only disadvantage is that gas stations will cry from how much gasoline it can swallow, but who will count if a real legend is behind the wheel? And now the Germans have decided to remember their roots and bring a touch of nostalgia to the future. New Class looks as if the spirit of classic BMWs has been upgraded at the molecular level. Clean lines, strict profile, and virtual dashboard. 600 horses in the base, and yes, this concept can adjust the interior to the mood of the driver. However, there is one but. Its minimalism may seem cold and soulless, though it is exactly what ultra-modern designers aspire to. It seems hypercar isn't enough with this car. The Hyperion XP1 isn't just a supercar, it's the first full-fledged spaceplane on the road. Its hydrogen engine gives it a range of 1,000 miles and accelerates to 60 miles in 2.2 seconds, and it looks like it came to us from another planet, with those giant active aerodynamic elements like wings. But the trouble is, the hydrogen refueling network is still science fiction. The BMW Next 100 is BMW's dream of what a car will look like 100 years from now. A long hood, extreme futuristic aerodynamics, and an ultra-flexible steering wheel that you won't even see in the driver's hands. In autonomous driving mode, the cabin turns into a cozy lounge area with interactive screens. And here, even your sneakers get access to the car's controls. Question: is it necessary? Perhaps, but it looks like a fantasy on the verge of a science experiment. If a car could be a double agent, it would be the DSX E-Tense. On one side, a luxurious saloon for relaxing, on the other, a cockpit for racing. And don't think that this duality makes it any less efficient. This beauty can accelerate to 60 miles in 2.3 seconds. And yes, one of its headlights turns into a drone for reconnaissance. Uh-oh, this baby knows how to catch the eye. Imagine a chic, classic 50s silhouette with muscular shapes, an aggressive profile, and an electric motor that makes the most of any road. The Porsche 357 Speedster has electric drive, perfect handling, and sports seats. Everything you need to conquer the most winding serpentine roads. Lynk & Co. the next day is created for the world of cyberpunk, extremely long silhouette, angular shape, and no grille. And it's not just a tribute to minimalism. Batteries and artificial intelligence take up so much space that the usual grille is unnecessary. The only thing that remains a mystery is how long this futuristic concept will be relevant in the rapidly changing world of technology. As it turns out, it's just one start button away from the conventional Mercedes to the electric revolution. The Concept EQ is a reminder that luxury and ecology can go hand in hand. Impeccable flowing lines, illuminated dashboards, and 402 horsepower of pure electric power under the hood. Bonus? 310 miles of range. Now imagine the highway at night, and this beauty with blue neon glowing around the contours. The only downside? Don't forget to get used to a completely silent ride. No rumbling V8s or sporty roar. Yes, with such Mercedes, the sense of drive becomes different. Rolls-Royce boat tail, pay attention. This isn't just a car, it's a real landliner. Imagine a body inspired by the design of luxury yachts and a unique opening trunk with an elegant picnic set. On the hood is a 6.75-litre V12 capable of propelling this craft to 60 miles in 5.3 seconds. Cost? Like a few mansions in high-end neighbourhoods. And yes, this is one of those cases where the car tells its owner's story. Every detail is personalised to the customer's tastes. The GFG Kangaroo is an all-wheel drive supercar with 490 horsepower and a ground clearance that can vary depending on road conditions. Jump on it and take it from asphalt to sand to snowy trails. It will be equally comfortable and fun to drive. Spectacular fender doors, aggressive design, and acceleration to 60 miles in 3.8 seconds. Ah yes, I almost forgot, it can be used as a buggy. The only downside is that you have to get used to the fact that it overtakes in both speed and off-road ability. If aliens were designing cars for Earthlings, they'd create the Citroën 1919. Rounded futuristic body, huge wheels, cocoon-like cabin, and no conventional design constraints. It's an electric SUV that accelerates to 60 miles in 5 seconds and delivers a smooth ride like a magic carpet. Plus, fully autonomous driving. The downside? It has one. Its looks make people stop and stare, forgetting their business. Ready for adventure at the end of the world? The Audi AI Trail was born for it. An all-electric SUV with drone lighting instead of headlights and a transparent roof through which you can gaze at the stars in the desert. Range? 310 miles in the harshest conditions, and most importantly, it has real off-road capability and handling that will help you conquer any trail. But it's not going to be happy in tight city parking lots. It's got a lot of size. What if luxury became eco-friendlier too? That's exactly what the Bentley EXP 100 GT is about. Gorgeous as a statue on 4 wheels, it symbolizes the future of premium motoring, from its purely electric powertrain to its interior made from recycled materials. The doors open upward like a butterfly's, letting you into a cabin filled with the scent of wood and holographic displays. Acceleration to 60 miles in less than 2.5 seconds. But there's so much electronics in it that even Bentley engineers wonder who's driving who, you or the car. Audi Skysphere concept. Imagine a roadster that changes shape literally before your eyes. Whether you fold your convertible into a sporty mode or stretch to a comfortable GT is up to you. In this transformer, the length of the wheelbase changes in seconds. And the steering? Fully autonomous. Audi has 623 horsepower and 60 miles in 4 seconds. But don't be disappointed if you find it too clever. After all, why drive it at all if it's going to do everything itself? It's as if a legend has come to life and Centre Dicey was born from the memories of the iconic EB110. Only 10 examples and 1,600 horsepower that literally blasts the road beneath its wheels. Acceleration to 60 miles? Poof, it takes 2.4 seconds. And the looks? It looks like a sculptor carved it out of a solid block of carbon fiber. The only problem with this monster is it's too expensive, even for millionaires. Who would have thought Cadillac would speak the language of electric vehicles? The Lyric is an electric crossover that turns every ride into a symphony of technological excellence. With a full-width screen and 312 miles of range, you can listen to whatever tunes you want without fear of running out of battery before you reach your finish line. True, it's so honed in on comfort and quietness that it loses a bit in dynamics. Here it is, the new record holder in energy saving and the main hero in the fight for ecology. The Mercedes Vision EQX is not just an electric car, it is a perfect aerodynamic boom with a drag coefficient of 0.17. The result? A range of 621 miles on a single charge. Also, it was developed in an aerospace lab. But it comes at a price. To feel its full potential, you'll have to slow down a lot. Hurricane acceleration is not for such an eco-friendly intellectual. Looking at the next marvel of technology, it seems as if Honda has decided to create a cocktail of all its achievements. Dynamics from Type R, technologies from the future, and compactness of a city fighter. Behind a wheel you feel as in a sports car, but on a parking lot, all pluses of a usual hatchback. But only the price is not so compact as before, and how much will cost full stuffing is always a big question. Ford once again pushes the boundaries of what is possible by introducing a hybrid sports car in the body of a crossover. It looks like a family car but with a coupe-like profile and 20-inch wheels. The interior is a separate cosmos, all-in screens and modern devices. But seriously, Evos is a cool experiment that shows that crossovers can be damn stylish. The Genesis X convertible is the future king of convertibles, with impressive looks and colourful character. There's a stylish open top, and under the hood hides a powerful electric powertrain with up to 300 miles of range. Luxury confidently shines through in every detail, from the heated and ventilated leather seats to the front grille that shimmers with different hues. One minus, such a beautiful toy will hardly make it to mass production, so we can only dream. This is not just a car but a real emotional coach on wheels. Toyota LQ. Artificial intelligence can recognize the driver's mood, offer audio tracks depending on emotions, and even build a route considering preferences. LQ glows as if it is greeting the owner, and it is controlled with a single movement of the hand. Power of 150 horsepower is enough for active maneuvers in city conditions. However, to go to the highway with a breeze, it is better to get something more serious. "19 feet of sophistication and style that can only come on wheels." That's the Vision Mercedes Maybach 6, of course. This yacht-like concept combines electric power and acceleration to 100 in 4 seconds. The long hood and luxurious exterior create an impression of grandeur. This car looks like it came off the catwalk of a fashion show, not from engineers' drawings. You want to go up to it, touch it, but where are the handles? Just lines and curves. And it seems as if the concept is not just a car, but a real work of art where every detail plays its role, from futuristic headlights to panels smooth as silk. Citroën Olli is the case where minimalism has reached its limits. No unnecessary elements, smooth shapes, and no traditional hoods or trunks. The body panels are made of recycled plastic, and the seat upholstery is made of recycled bottles. Inside, it's pure utilitarianism, but such an exotic design and layout may scare off traditionalists, and the 40 horsepower doesn't stand a chance even in the most modest of races. Are you ready for anything? Then pay attention to such a serious armored vehicle as Armor Truck SUV concept. It looks like it was designed in a secret laboratory for James Bond. Double armor, tempered glass windows, and a powerful 6.2-litre engine. Inside, everything for protection and comfort: air filtration system, autonomous power plant, and GPS navigation. No chase or cataclysmic events can be tolerated. Imagine a car that can rise above all the traffic and land in your backyard. The Terrafugia TFX features folding wings, a twin-engine takeoff and landing system, and can travel hundreds of miles on a single charge. It can be flown by autopilot or manually to feel like a pilot of the future. Alas for now, it is just a dream, which is destined to remain at the development stage for a long time. But it's nice to dream. It's nice to dream.